Welcome to the Masculine Code Podcast with your host, Jim Vance. Each week, I will introduce you to masculine leaders, concepts, ideas, and experiences of men in the world today to help you to dive deeper in your understanding of the mind, body, and soul of true masculine leadership. Let's dive in. Welcome to the Masculine Code Podcast. I'm your host, Jim Vance. Hope everybody's doing amazing today. Thank you for tuning in. Today, I want to talk about fear. So, something that as men, a lot of times, we don't deal well with or we don't talk a lot about because we don't want to be sissies. We don't want to be considered soft, or we don't want to be considered whatever, right? And I was reading last week and I come across this quote, and it was like super like poignant for the moment. And then the next day, a friend of mine reached out to me, and it hit. I was like, holy crap, like this is real, right? Fear is like, it's not acting without fear in life. Courage is not acting without fear in life. Courage is acting despite of fear. And my friend who came to me, he was talking to me, and he's like, I realized that I have been afraid to move on the thing that I love. I've been afraid to actually show up for the life that I want. I've been afraid to actually have the thing. And I was like, what are you afraid of? And the reality of his fear is he was afraid to let go of what he had created. The comfort zone. Because most of our fears deal with that, right? We get afraid of letting go of where we are to step into what we want. And we have to understand that, like, what we've been sold on fear is a lie. Society sells us this lie that men need to be fearless, to be a true leader, to be a warrior, to be like this guru. But that's just bullshit. Honestly, it's complete bullshit. The greatest leaders, the greatest men, the greatest warriors, the greatest athletes, the greatest whatever, they act despite fear. Like, being a man every day fucking is fearful. Like, being a dad, being a husband, being a business owner, being a firefighter, being a policeman, being a soldier. Every day you have fear. It's your ability to act despite the fear. And if you look at any great athlete, like say Michael Jordan hit game-winning shot after game-winning shot, but he also admitted that every time he stepped on the floor, he was scared. He had fear. You think about some of the greatest warriors in the world, the Navy SEALs. They aren't fearless when they jump into a zone. They're not fearless when they hop into some danger zone. No, they act despite the fear. Their fear brings them some level of heightened vigilance about what's going on. Because they know, like, that fear means not that they're sissies, not that they're not, able, not that they aren't capable. It means that, hey, I'm on the edge of something new. I'm on the edge of something different. I'm on the edge of stepping into my power. And so we have to get to a place where we understand that fear isn't what we've made it out to be, what society's made it out to be. You need to be fearless. You need to, no fear. Bullshit. Fuck that. Your fear is a compass to your life. Fear isn't an enemy. It's actually a compass. It's a sign that I'm about to be on this edge of growth that I haven't been on before. It's a sign that where I'm going and where I want to be is showing up for me. And it may feel a little uncomfortable. It may seem like I'm scared because I'm going from one level to the next level. I'm stepping out of this comfort zone and creating a new comfort zone. And in that new comfort zone, I got to learn all new levels of learning, all new levels of being, all new levels of understanding. Because who I have been has given me the habit of who I am now. And I'm comfortable there. I have no fear about the man I am right now. But as I step into different levels of being a husband, step into different levels of being a dad, step into different levels of being a business owner, step into different levels of being a man, I have to let go of the comfort of what I know to step into the discomfort of what I don't. I'm going to have to learn new skills. I'm going to have to learn new mindsets. I'm going to have to learn new habits, new identities. That's not fear so much as it's like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And it's like a compass. Like when that fear steps in, it's probably letting you know, hey, you don't know this area too well. Like this isn't safe territory because you've never really ventured into this avenue of life. You never ventured into this avenue of being a dad. You never ventured into this avenue of being a husband, being a business owner, being a warrior. You've never ventured into that. So you're going to have some level of fear because you don't even know what the fuck it feels like. I don't know what this feels like. I don't know what I got to do. I don't know how I have to be here. And that's okay. But it's an indicator. It's not a fucking stop sign. It's like, hey, this is a green light. I'm feeling a little scared about making this investment. I'm feeling a little scared about doing this level of work. I'm feeling a little scared about, shooting my shot over here. That's not stop. Don't fucking do it now. Hey, you need to hold back. That's uncomfortable. No, it's like, hey, lean the fuck in here. Level the fuck up here. That's where your fucking power is. It's not in this whole identity of, oh, every time I feel fear, I need to pull the fuck back. Shut the fuck up with that shit. The reality is it's when I start to feel fear, I probably need to lean the fuck in. Because it's uncomfortable doesn't mean it's scary. It just means you haven't developed the skill sets, you haven't developed the mindset, you haven't developed the habits, and you haven't developed the identity of the person at that new level. And that's okay. But that's how you build confidence. You build confidence doing courageous things over time. Like you didn't learn how to fucking walk and get confident walking just like that. Like you went from crawling to walking. That's why you see babies like when they first stand up, they're like, oh fuck, I need to sit back down. Oh shit, this is scary. Stand back up. Oh shit, sit back down. Stand back up. Oh shit, sit back down. They get scared because it's fear. It's like, oh, this is a new level. I'm unlocking new shit. I don't know what I'm doing. It feels a little shaky. It feels a little scared. My legs don't know what to do. My body don't know what to do. But I kind of like it. I'm a little higher up. I've been down here on the ground. Now I'm like standing up looking at people. And so like having that ability to understand like new levels require new levels of you. And in those new levels, you're not always going to feel confident. You're not always going to feel like you know what to do. You're not always going to feel safe there. That doesn't mean you don't go there. That means you learn the skills, learn the mind, learn the identity of what it takes to be in that spot. Because then and only then will you upgrade yourself. Because it's in the upgrade of who you are is where you get to the new levels of you. Because getting to those new levels allow you to unlock new lives. Like new relationships, new business opportunities, new levels of connection with your family, with your wife, with your kids. It's not, oh, I'm going to stay in this comfortable place and keep doing the same shit and not really be happy and be fucking miserable where I'm at because I'm too afraid to fucking make the investment into myself to step into my fear. My fear's a lie. It is. Not because we need to be fearless, but because fear is not an indicator to stop. Fear is an indicator to go. What we've been sold is you need to either be fearless or whenever you see something that's fearful, I need to fucking run away from it. No, I need to lean into it. There's a reason why I don't know what's going on there, right? There are going to be two types of men when you start to look at people in the world. You like two types of men in this space. There are those who wait for fear to disappear before taking action, and those that just say, "Let's fucking go." Right? The ones that wait, they kind of stay stuck because they're waiting for a perfect time. They're waiting to feel comfortable. They're not actually doing anything to learn the skill sets to step into that new life, that new level. They're just hoping that it feels better when they do step. Then you have the ones that are just like, fuck it, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm about to learn something new here. I had an old client of mine, fucking like legit has become a dude, a fucking dude. And he told me this thing the other day. He's like, when I start to feel this way, I've framed it to feel like I'm excited. And I was like, well, how'd you do that? And he said, what I tell myself is, he said, what's the question? The question I ask myself is, what the fuck am I about to learn? I'm like, fuck yes. Like, that's it. Like, that's the frame of mind you have to be in. Like, when fear shows up, when failure shows up, it's like, what are you about to learn now? You're about to learn something that you don't know currently. You're about to learn something that you don't have a clue about. You haven't even built the identity around. You don't even know what fucking habits you have to do. You don't know what skill sets you need to learn. You don't know what the mindset is to be that person. But you're like, oh, but I'm about to learn. I'm about to learn. I'm about to step into this shit. And that's a beautiful place to be. Because in that level of stepping in, you really start to pick out like, hey, what do I need to learn here? Who else does this shit? Let me look at them. Okay, they do that. All right, how do they do that? How do they operate on a day-to-day basis? Oh, cool. All right, they do A, B, and C. All right, do I do A, B, and C? I do A, I don't do B and C. All right, I need to learn how to do B and C. All right, what skill sets do I need to learn how to do B and C? Oh, fuck, okay, I need to do these 3 things. Oh, I just need to learn 3 things and not 47 things? When you start to break it down, you chunk it down and you chunk it down and you chunk it down, you realize that you are holding yourself up based off some bullshit narrative that it's going to be too hard to step into a new level. I got to do too much. This is going to take too much time. Oh my God, I don't know if I can fucking do it. Shut the fuck up. When you start to reverse engineer how people get to new levels, you really understand it might be 1 new skill or 2 new skills instead of 57 new skills. You have a lot of skills already. You're just not applying them to a new level. I work with men all the time, like CEOs that are fucking super masterful at business. Like they have so many skill sets in business, but for the rest of their life, they don't apply those skill sets to the rest of their life. So the rest of their life looks like a total shit show. And it's because they've not realized, like, all I have to do is apply what I already know to the life that I already have. And I can probably make my life better. My relationships better, my health better, my mindset better, my spiritual connection better, everything. And when those things get better, guess what happens to business? The fucker takes off. You could be successful at business and the rest of your life be shit. And then if you upgrade the rest of your life, your business upgrades with it. So instead of like, hey, I'm going to wait, until I feel good here. I just want to feel comfortable. I just want to make sure it's okay before I step. My brother, you're going to be so stuck in the mud for so long because you're going to be waiting for your entire life. You're going to be waiting for something that doesn't exist. You're going to be waiting for a time that never will show up. You're going to be waiting hoping that this time and this effort is going to give me something that I don't have now. I promise you. I promise you, boo-boo. Who you are now needs to fucking upgrade. And in order to upgrade, you got to put your fucking feet in the deep end. And you realize when I put my feet in the deep end, I can still swim. I can float. I can learn. I can become better. Like, it's not this fucking fearful thought. The fear is letting go of who you are now. Because you've built this person you are now. You're comfortable with this person. Oh, this fucker, he feels good. This is a warm blanket. I put it on. Over there, I don't know who I have to be over there. That's scary. I feel naked. I feel vulnerable. I feel scared. The reality is you've not learned to build the skill sets to be there yet. And that's okay. But in order to build those skill sets, you got to fucking let go of the person you are now to go into that level of person. And as you do that, you become the leader. You become the influencer. You become the guide. Because you start to show people you're willing to put yourself out there to be better. You're not willing to just stay where you are. We got a lot of stuck motherfuckers in the world. A lot. Because we've been conditioned. We've been trained. We've been programmed by society that, you should just be happy where you are. You should just be comfortable with yourself. There's some merit to that. And also, there's another side of that motherfucker that you need to fucking upgrade. If you're out of shape, don't get comfortable being out of shape. Upgrade the motherfucker. If you're poor, don't be comfortable being poor. Upgrade the motherfucker. If you suck at relationships, don't be comfortable having toxic relationships. Upgrade the motherfucker. If you suck at being a dad, you don't know how to hold space for your children, you're not being very nice and present with them, upgrade the motherfucker. Like, we don't sit around and just get comfortable because society's programmed you to be this. That's not who the fuck we are. Leaders don't sit and wait. Leaders don't sit and hope shit happens for us. Leaders don't fucking just pray. Oh, dear God, please, open the doors for me. I'm spiritual as hell. And when I read the Bible, it says pray and move in faith. It doesn't say pray and wait, pray and hope, pray and dream, pray and write goals. We get that too. Like, a lot of men just sit around and write out a bunch. I got a goal. I'm going to lose weight. Okay. If you're writing down goals that don't change you, they're bullshit. And we kind of skirt the issue of change by writing goals down. Well, I have a goal. I'm going to make this happen. Okay, what are you doing to change? Who are you being that's different? Because who you are right now is not going to accomplish that goal that you wrote down on that paper. Because it's not requiring you to move. And so you can write down goals all day long. We just got through a period of, New Year's resolution. I'm going to write down, I'm going to make, $100,000 this year, and I'm going to lose 25 pounds. I'm going to be a better husband. All right. Is it making you do anything different? Or are you just writing down to fucking, make yourself feel better? Make the world look at you. Oh my God, he has a goal? He is so amazing. Fuck that. I'd rather see a man just fucking walk and watch him change than to hear his bullshit goal. Truthfully. But that's because of the fear. Instead of moving, men write down shit. Oh, I'm going to, at some point, I'm going to make this happen. And I'm going to do this. Go fucking do it. You're waiting for permission from the universe. You're waiting for permission from your wife. You're waiting for permission from your friends. You're waiting for permission from somebody. I don't know who the fuck it is. Go fucking do it. Because the thing that you want will only be accomplished by becoming something new. Like, when I went through my growth and journey and I started this process, and I'm in it every day. Like, I work on this shit more than you can imagine because I fucking love becoming a better human. But when I started this thing, I wanted to be a better husband because I sucked at relationships. Like I just wasn't good at it. I didn't understand myself in them. I didn't feel like I was a lovable person. All these things. And the only way for me to really get good at relationships was not to fucking just sit around and think about being a better husband. I had to like get in the damn dirt and dig into myself, dig into the relationship, allow myself to be seen, raw, real, and vulnerable, stand in the fucking truth of how shitty I've been as a husband sometimes, how shitty I've been in relating sometimes, how shitty I've been in leadership. Because until you face the truth of who you are and where you are, you can't change anything about yourself. It can't transform anything within you. A lot of this fear is like stepping into a new level is a truth that I have to change to be something new. It's a truth that I have to show up different. I have to have new habits. I have to stop fucking lying to myself. I have to stop negotiating with my bullshit if I want a new level. Like where I'm going and how I want to show up to this world and I want to be the number one men's coach in America. That means I have to show the fuck up different. What I've been doing ain't going to work. Who I've been ain't going to fucking cut it. And I had to fucking face the truth of that. I wrote down every fucking thing that I needed to look at in myself. Like, hey, this has to upgrade. This mindset has to upgrade. This work has to upgrade. How you show up has to upgrade. Who you're being in your life has to upgrade. Like, and that's crazy because I looked at myself like, hey, I'm doing pretty fucking good. But then I was like, hey, I know I'm this level. But in order to be this level, I got to let go of this level. Right? It has to be a mindset that wherever I start to feel fear, I need to lean in there. Not because I need to challenge my fears and I need to overcome them. No, I need to upgrade the motherfucker showing up. You're only scared where you are, stepping into new levels of being a husband, new levels of being a business owner, new levels of being a man, new levels of being a dad, new levels of being a friend, new levels of being a son. Like when you're scared of that because you know you got to be different. You got to be different. And that's okay. Admitting that fear is fucking okay. Hey, like that's what I had to do. Like I want to be the best men's coach in the world, in America, the world, wherever. I had to admit like that fucking scares me. Okay, that scares me. I told my wife, that shit scares me. And she's like, and? Do you still want it? I'm like, abso-fucking-lutely. She goes, all right, there's time to go. But in that going, all I did was went to work on me. I went to work on writing down where I needed to move, where I needed to upgrade, how I needed to show up different, what identities needed to be different. I didn't say, oh my God, I'm so fucking afraid that I'm just going to sit here and think about what I need to do. That's another thing fear does to you. It makes you stop and you think, you overanalyze yourself. You get selfish as fuck, like, oh my God, like, well, if I do this and I do that, then I got to do this and I got to do that, and then this and that and the other thing. Shut the fuck up. Start moving. Start taking big steps, making big actions, because you're going to fuck up anyway. The one thing I've learned on this journey, and I teach all of my guys, is that we're going to fuck up. When you start doing the work, you're going to fuck up. And in the fuck up, you learn, like, hey, I got to learn this skill set. And then you do it again. You're like, fuck up. Oh, I got to learn this skill set. And in the fuck up is where you grow. It's not like, oh, I'm just going to show up and rainbows and butterflies. Everything's great. Shut up. You learn the water becomes Like the path becomes clear in the steps. I can't see where my journey's going. I don't know where the fucking end's going to be. I'm just pointing myself in the direction of where I want to go and taking steps. And as I take steps, the path unfolds. And as the path unfolds, I have to become different to take the new step. And as I become different and I take that new step, guess what? The loop starts over. I got to learn a new action. I got to learn a new identity. I got to learn a new habit. I got to learn a new skill set. But every time I do this, boom, boom, boom. Guess what happens to the quality of my life? Guess what happens to the quality of my business? Guess what happens to the quality of my relationships? They fucking elevates. I know you want that. I know I want that. I fucking love that. But it requires you to fucking move even if there is fear in your face. There's never going to be a moment when you don't have fear. If you're stepping every day and you don't feel like a little tinge of tension, like, should I do this? Can I do this? Who do I need to be if I do this? What does it mean when I do this? You're probably not living at a high level. You're probably not stepping in to where you need to be. So today, as you listen to this and you process this through your mind, let's make this real. I challenge you today to do one thing that scares you, whatever it may be. If it's having a hard conversation with somebody that you need to have a hard conversation with, if it's making a call to a family member that you hadn't talked to in forever, if it's, hey, I got to post content today that I'm scared to post because it makes me feel like I'm going to shit my pants, post. If you're, hey, I need to invest in this thing today, but I'm scared to invest, sign up for it. Do it now. Stop waiting. The more you wait, the bigger the fear gets. Because it's not because the thing gets scarier, it's because you doubt yourself more. Men in their power make hard decisions quickly. Boom, 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 boom. Not because they're not afraid, but they know fast action moves you faster. But when I slow down because I'm waiting for a perfect time or I'm trying to overanalyze how to get to the end of the road without taking steps, the fear gets bigger because I create all the fucking illusions about what could be and what is there, what is not there. And I never actually start stepping to actually see what the reality of that version of me is. Your power lies in taking massive action now as men. We've been conditioned to live in scarcity. We've been conditioned to live in fear, to live in lack, to live in overanalyzation and trying to predict what the fuck's going to happen. I just got done watching and I'll end on this. I just got done watching a movie. Not a movie, a show. 1883, a series, 10 episodes about people taking a trip on the Oregon Trail. They had a vision of getting to Oregon. And they had all these illusions about what it was when they got there. But they didn't realize what it took to get there. Who they had to become as people in order to have the thing they wanted. They thought, oh, I just go over to America, get on this wagon, and I fucking march across, and there I am. I'm in paradise. But the amount of death, destruction, heartache, hardship, famine, fear it took to push through to get what they wanted was astronomical. They didn't learn who they were until they started the journey. You don't learn how to get to the end goal by thinking about it. You learn how to get to the end goal by being about it. So men, today, take action today on something that scares you. Because courage isn't about being fearless. It's about moving forward, even with shaky hands and a racing heart.